Chat, here we go. It's the first match back in a while, and it's Rezears versus Shadi. A couple guys that we actually had on somewhat recently. Rezears playing against Ahmad. Was able to get that win. Iraqi Ahmad that we're talking about. Shadi played against the FBI, and despite having a great early start, actually ended up not being able to hold on in the best of 5. But of all those people that I just listed, it's Shadi who made the salt line and was able to qualify the first time around. He's going to be forced to try and qualify again, and very likely he could run into a match with Rezears, considering how Rezears has been playing. Rezears is top 8 in the world right now, which is higher than he has been recently, so I think he's been putting in a bit of work on the grind. And he is starting off this match the same way he started off the previous one, which was going up huge on Ahmad. I think he went up like 7 or 8. It might have even gotten a forfeit out of him, 8-1, before the rest of the series became a lot tighter. So Shadi is, of course, going to be hoping for a similar sort of bounce back, but instead of waiting until he was down 8, he gets a little bit of offense within the first minute, and it comes off of a reset right around the back left corner of Rezears. Rezears dashing a ton, but maybe just using that dash as a fake. He didn't dash towards the play. Instead, just wanted to get Shadi moving. Oh, do we still have music on slightly in the background? Some of you guys might have been able to hear it. That should be stopped now. Shadi, air dribble bump. It's not going to take him too long to bring it right back. Can you activate the chat on screen? Yes, we can. I can put chat back on screen. We took chat off of the screen because we were recording some videos before the release of the end of Salt Mine, and people hop in and they just want to talk about Salt Mine pretty much no matter what. And I knew they would end up bringing up the winners, but those have all been released onto YouTube. So if you're here watching on YouTube now, you really can no longer be saved from yourself. Go and finish Salt Mine if you haven't already. Shadi gonna get 4 straight goals after the 0-2 start. Rezears 100 boost to work with. Thought he was gonna have an opportunity to reverse challenge near that side wall, but Shadi collected and cut it infield. Rezears hoping to get a free possession here. Shadi will back off. Nice challenge from Shadi. I think both of them getting resets, or at least Rezears. Rezears not going to be able to find the power on that flick to make it worthwhile. The question is, can he even make it not an own goal? And he did. He recovered before the counterattack. And he has boost to work with now. A lot of second guessing defensively from Rezears. And wait, did Shadi just save his own shot? Did Shadi just air dribble bump, get around the ball, and save his own shot? I don't think I saw Rezears touch either Shadi or the ball. That was just a self-save. Fortunately for Shadi, he still has the lead and the possession. Nice play from Rezears. Shadi was not a believer. Thought he could stick around and put pressure onto Rezears, who had a great pre-flip underneath the ball. My prediction, I'm not even sure. I think this is a fairly close matchup. I don't know if Ahmad got a prediction started in the chat. If so, I would expect people to be fairly even. If I had to guess, I would guess that chat would slightly favor Rezears. But Shadi has been looking really good. And looks like there is no prediction at all. Maybe you're asking me, maybe that's why you said prediction question mark. Not for my prediction, but because you wanted to predict. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. You'll just have to predict knowing that, Shadi is already up slightly in game 1. You'll have 2 minutes to predict. No, you'll get 1 minute. 1 minute to predict. Shadi up 6-3. So now it's clear that the predictions are going to be slightly different. Feer, stop. What did I do? Oh, he wants me to pause. Got it. Okay, he says go. I'm assuming that means he's okay with this server. Although 132 is crazy. We continue. Shadi with 112. Okay, that's getting a little bit closer to what we expect to see from KSA guys. 108. There we go. That's in the realm of ping they have to play with. But still, always worth a reminder. If you guys don't know, these KSA guys who play on European servers do so at incredibly high ping. And actually, I was going to say Nupo is one of the worst, you know, he's one of the worst connections to the EU servers, but it looks like Shadi's right there up with him, because a lot of the KSA guys can get even under the hundreds on a good server, like 90 or so, but 104, 112, it's about as worst as it gets. Rezears, great catch, using his flip, but he needed one more. You could see the idea, just the execution slightly off. Good recovery from Shadi. I mean, it's still not going to be enough. He was banking on a quick recovery being his way back into this play. That's why he felt okay being as aggressive as he was, but still wasn't fast enough. Shadi did not get his own corner boost, but he's actually in perfect position to stop the power shot from Rezears. Rezears did not grab the midfield. That'll be huge. Shadi could not stay in this play at all if he was not left 100. Rezears trying to slow the ball down. What a catch on the back wall, but Shadi's still around. And no finish from Rezears. He definitely needs to score on this possession with the time left. Doesn't have to score quick necessarily, but I'm not sure he can afford to hand possession back over considering the game context. And right now they're vying for it in the midfield. Shadi floating behind the ball. Isn't gonna have a flip, I should say. And that's actually going to be a freebie for Rezears. So I'd say he's still okay. Even though he did sort of lose possession, Shadi made absolutely nothing of it. And while it's not impossible to float behind the ball or underneath the ball like that and make a solid play, you have to have a flip available. If you're doing that without a flip, it just makes you so easy to read from Rezears' perspective. And he's just going to pass to himself, snag the boost, and bring himself within one. Shadi, look at that dash. Dash is everything to catch him back up to the play. Thank you, Jabo and Zstat, by the way. I think you guys might have subbed right at the beginning of the game. I can't remember if I thanked you guys. Oh, Rezears, he's fully back into it. Shadi, what is happening here on this reverse challenge? Still has the 108 ping. Didn't really get to see it from this perspective. I just watched the same exact perspective. Told you to buy diapers. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I actually bought more diapers today. Feer Jr. is here for those of you on the YouTube. I think I mentioned it on YouTube videos, but I haven't been live yet since he was born. Rezears pumping Shadi in towards the orange half. Both these guys are directly underneath the ball. Can't seem to get a clean possession. Shadi's going to be the first one to have one, but lost control of his dribble into the corner. Now it's an air dribble at ceiling height. Rezears is able to intercept it. Shadi has to use his flip to recover now, and it might not end up mattering. Rezears delayed flick. It's on the ground. That's certainly going to hit. So overtime and game number one between Rezears and Shadi. It's a kickoff win for Rezears. Can he get it on target? He can. So it's a kickoff goal and a win for Rezears. A big swing back and forth. Rezears started off the game looking like the better player, but then it was Shadi for the majority of the middle minutes, only for Rezears to bring it back in overtime. Is Shadi the next O'Khaled? I don't know if anybody will be the next O'Khaled. I think he was a region-defining player and, you know, was a player who blazed the trail and showed what it was possible for Saudi Arabians to do, even on disadvantaged ping. Ahmad, you know, helped do that as well, the both of them. So I don't think anybody will ever be able to be the new Khaled. So maybe the what you could be talking about is at the level of domination that Khaled have, and that's also really tough to do, and I'm not sure that'll be matched necessarily either. But he is a very exciting, grinding, up-and-coming Middle Eastern player. Rezears escaping the demo. You guys liked the preset that Shadi used last time, and he has offered up a new one. What do we think of this one? This one, not so bad either. I like that he's out here taking risks. He's only going to be able to squeeze that in the top right corner, so Rezears can cover it. Rezears, a ton of these landing Zap dashes. Matter of time before they end up being the difference. That's a great flick. Huge flick from Shadi. And you could get away with this in terms of, you know, playing your ground game exclusively with these kind of flicks. Moxie has shown it. We see a lot of players trying to work their way into the top of ones, maybe not having the kind of lethal ground game you need. And you have to have a flick as good as that. Anything less, and defenders will just save it nowadays. Shadi's showing he has it. He has the aerial game as well. If you guys happen to be checking this match out, either live or on YouTube, and you didn't catch either of these guys' last two matches, I really do think they're worth checking out. I think they came out during Salt Mine, so understandably the focus was over on Salt Mine. But might I recommend their previous matches to you. Nice counterattack from Rezears. Shadi's throwing to this is Rocket League. That shot across the net with the defender prepared and shadowing on the back wall. Maybe not the best recipe for Shadi. Now Rezears reset near ceiling heights. He loves pogos. I had a feeling he might go to it. He is certainly one of the pogoers. We had him on in our pogo only 1v1, which was kind of a freestyle show match between Rezears, Jorias, and Dark. Can't remember if we had a fourth. I think it was those three. Rezears, another defensive play leading to a goal. Stealing this right off the top of Shadi's car. Didn't Abjack have a good flick? Yeah, apparently Jack has a good flick as well. Zapatos, yeah, Zapatos got rank 1, but he's actually not rank 1 now. CRR is rank 1. I went and looked at it today before the start of the stream. Zapatos held it for, I think, about 24 hours or so. But CRR on the grind as well, has overtaken him. Everybody getting prepared for the next iteration of Salt Mine, it seems. Rezears chasing Shadi out into the corner. He actually didn't put that on target. It actually worked out way better for him than a shot on net. If he had put that inside the net, Shadi would have had a save, most likely, but instead he put it awkwardly right on the post where he was at. He couldn't get a real considerable touch. Instead just bounced it right out to Rezears. So a 4-1 lead. And if you combine this with the last minute or so of the previous game, it seems like Rezears has it completely figured out. And that kind of offense right there from Shadi is something to be at least slightly worried about. He had possession and it didn't seem like he was thinking about what he needed to do with the ball. He was just going into free play and dropped it down to Rezears. Whoa, big lag from me. Looks like that was my connection to the servers too, because no dropped frames. Connection specifically to the Rocket League servers. This is how Shadi got back into it last time. Just a fake near Rezears' net was enough to get a miss and get his offense started. Mirrored wave dash kickoffs. Rezears forces it into the orange half. I like that play from Shadi. Single jumping past the play. Tapping it with the tail end of his car in order to keep it away from Rezears. And doing so has now put him on offense first out of this kickoff. Nice power. Both these two struggling to find boost to make a play with. Shadi's the first to find it, and he capitalizes on it immediately by putting a ton of power on that shot and going up to meet it as high as he could. Shadi, quick use of the jump to get back down to the ground so he can start this dribble. The dribble falls far from the nets. And Rezears is going to be able to collect this for a take of his own. He was maybe hoping for a bump as he found himself in front of the play. He's forced to at least slow this one down, and he did enough. In fact, turned around, grabbed boost, and dove back on Shadi, who is now just pinching this out of the corner. 60 boost for Rezears, more than enough to make any sort of play he wants to, and a great delay. Chips the ball up and doesn't rise to it immediately. You can see the soft jump as well without boost. Makes it seem like maybe it's a fake. He's going to take the ball back down. But no, uses the flip late. Pops it up over the top of Shadi. Minute left to go. And a 3-goal lead. Looking safe. Oh, this is a nasty shot from Rezears. Kickoff win has a big part to do with it, but he has to fly out, get a first touch reset, and then wave dashing to the right side of that ball to place it left. Absolutely ridiculous shot. Are they both looking for a team? No, I think Rezears is playing. He's playing with Luis P and someone else, I believe. But I know they're in the flip and spin, that recent tournament that's going on. Oh, Rezears. How is he going to get that one on target? I know he plays in that tomorrow. So good luck to Rezears in that 3v3 tournament. That's what's been going on. There's been a few different 3v3 tournaments. I think there's a Saudi E-League going on right now. And that's why Salt Mine has been delayed past these weekends. Shadi's ready to go next. He's down 2-0. I tried to pause it, but it didn't work. Pause. Oh, I can't pause it anymore. Maybe I can't pause it during the replay? Oh, I can't pause it. Crazy. This game is not paused. Huh. I can't pause and end it. So I guess we'll just wait. We'll just wait 15 seconds and we'll run it on the next one. That way the overlay can have the info. Is it Luis P and Dorito? No, Dorito and CRR are playing with Razebull on complexity. Shadi's going to make us sit through. Maybe I can pause it now. I'm curious now that Shadi's here. Oh, interesting. It had to do with the fact that Shadi wasn't here. That's weird. Game number 3, Rezears and Shadi. Rezears trying to show why he is ranked top 10 in the world. Shadi's not quite as high as that. He has shown what he's capable of, and he's going to go into the Octane. I'm not sure if we've seen a ton of Shadi Octane. Maybe we have. Of course, most ones players will dabble in both. We've just seen a majority Fennec world of 1v1 recently. What up, Scribbles? Shadi gonna make it 2-0. Why problem? Thank you for the prime. Shadi, he's turned it around. He has himself a 3-0 lead off kickoffs. I'm doing well, Scribbles. Scribbles, let me know if you maybe want to play a match today. We might be able to get a second match if a Scribbles is interested. I know he's been working on his 1v1 game. Rezears has been working on his 1v1 game as well. He always has been. This time, he'll get a reset. But you see how he's targeting the far right post? The reason why this scores is the initial dribble is headed all the way, almost even past the far right post. And Rezears gets around it, gets the reset, and slots it back near post. Absolutely beautiful redirection of the arc of the play. That's why you see Shadi moving out into the middle of the net, getting beat behind him. Rezears wants a demo. He didn't get it. Maybe he needed a little bit more boost if he wanted to get it. So it'll be 4-1. Jewel Baka, thank you for the prime for 48 months. So happy for you and the wife. Much love. Yo, thank you, Jewel Baka. Oh, you're just stopping in? Well, good to see you, Scribbles. Maybe we could get you in not long from now. I really want to potentially do next gen. I know I've talked about it before, but usually when we do, or when matches like Salt Mine happen, or tournaments, I should say, that happen like Salt Mine, where players under 15 years old are not allowed to participate, I like to try and give those players a avenue to show off, because usually there are some very talented ones, and I know Scribbles is one of them. Nush over in the Middle East is one of them as well. Rezears tapping this one past a ambitious Shadi. Oh, he said he's not gonna have to eat right now. Oh, if you still do one in like an hour. Okay, gotcha. I didn't see that message. But either way, if we're not live around that time, I'm sure we'll find one with him soon. Maybe we'll get him versus Nush. I have a feeling that that would be the grand finals of a next gen if we were to run it. Shadi a demo. He's taking his sweet, sweet time with this. I felt like he maybe could have just flicked it on target and started the roll towards net. Sure, it wouldn't have been powerful, but as long as he did it early, should have still gotten there, but he obviously disagrees and probably knows better than me. Holding on to the ball and waiting to flick it. And I'll tell you what, Rezears has punished Shadi multiple times with him trying to just stay wildly aggressive on the ball. But there is a situation in which it pays off for Shadi. Yo, Special K, thank you for the tier 1 for 14 months. And Drewski, the tier 1 for 6 months. Congrats on the mini Feer, bro. Thank you. He is quite mini. But one day, he'll be big and strong. Not that he isn't already. Shadi wants a favorable 50, and he wants one without having to take much boost. Wants to be able to hold on to it. Rezears pinching this to the ceiling. Shadi little camera check. I actually think he had more time. He kind of played it as if he had little and needed to go up, but Rezears was backing off a good bit. Could not intercept this one. Rezears. Ball to air dribble. Ceiling reset. He saw Shadi attacking early. That's why he flipped. Can he get it back on target? He can't. Oh, wait. Shadi did not clear this anywhere near enough. Has some boost to work with. I want to see. Oh, he power slid around it. He power slid out towards the wrong side of the ball and had to come back. That's what made it awkward for him. I still think he could have made the play. But if he'd had the read from the very beginning, it wouldn't have been quite as hard on himself. Oh, Rezears jump in to intercept the demo. You could see Shadi was getting up and doing his best to try and not get demoed. But it's not going to matter. Rezears saw that coming. Yeah, Baby Fear still has not landed a flip reset. We as parents are still quite embarrassed, but we'll let you know as soon as he does land one. Shadi retaking the lead. 6-5 on a nice air dribble, just protecting the ball. Dashing off the kickoff is Rezears. Such a good aerial player. And a lot of it has to do with the setup. You guys hear me just harp on it all the time. But look at this setup. High reset, angled directly at net. Everything is threatened. And when you can do flicks like that, truly everything is threatened. As he launches a flick top shelf, a bump, and now he's going to have the lead. Shadi seems to have turned it around in game 3. And now with a minute 15 left to go, it's almost feeling like Rezears and his sweep are inevitable. Delay kickout from Shadi. That's the power slide to make sure he wins this race to the back corner boost, and he did. He's actually got Rezears on his own back wall. But he's not going to be able to take as quick of a dribble as he would like, because he's going to have the ceiling protecting him from doing so. He wants a strong touch off the sidewall, but any dribble starting that high has to be a soft touch. You can't handle a ball that goes up that high, and it's another demo in the corner for Rezears. He's going to waste a few more precious seconds that Shadi absolutely does need if he wants to bring it back. Rezears bumping Shadi, but then handing him the ball and a 100 boost. Not the best of plays from Rezears. Can Shadi get this ahead of Rezears? He does. Not enough to score, and a missed touch on the side wall. It's going to be a goal for Rezears, and it seems like Rezears has finished it off, barring some kickoff wonders here from Shadi. Shadi tapping this one to the back wall. He is getting a taste of what he's going to have to deal with in those promo relegation salt mine tournaments. My goodness. And you better hope that he doesn't have to play Rezears. Now with the way he's playing right now, he is looking unstoppable. I think there's a few players who didn't make it into the salt mine who could have, you know, made waves had they did. It's just qualifiers are really tough. Rezears is certainly one of them. Drally another, and that was you know, the player that was eliminated by Shadi. Oh, Shadi, he's going into full troll camera settings. Wait, look at the shot he just hit on absolutely exotic camera settings. It is going to be a GG's. Rezears with the dub. Thanks for playing. GG's. It's a 3-0 sweep for the German.